because awareness has no opposite. Okay? Awareness is. Right now you're being aware. Okay? If you're not conscious of yourself, and I think you're not, because you're all paying attention, you're all listening, what happens is when you're totally listening, all you are is listening. That's an egoless state. Okay? You become absorbed. And then your heart will begin to feel that these words are, but yeah, what he's saying I already know. And you do. You do, really. When you really look at it, all these words you already know. I'm just putting words to things you already know. Because this is just a reminder, you see, to see it. Awareness is. You are aware space. That's it. You are just aware space. You are not who you think you are. Now that's the holy life. That's the spiritual life. That's the grand life. You see? Because everything becomes fresh. And I'm repeating the same words. You know, everything is new. Everything is alive. Just like a baby in the beginning. Everything is fresh, new and alive to them. Every moment is, they want to touch everything. They want to experience everything. That's what aliveness is. Because there's no old. There's no past. You see? Now you might say, but don't I have a past? Oh, of course you do. And you'll never really get rid of it. But you see it as the past. You're seeing what is. If you indulge in the past, you're living an illusion. And that becomes great suffering. Now, most people live in the past. Oh, what happened to me? Oh, that happened. Oh, that's a rapid. Oh my gosh, you know. Why do I have to think like this? Why? You see? You're living continuously in the past. How often am I going to repeat this? How long is it going to take? Okay, so this is all reliving the past, thinking you are that past. You are fresh moment to moment. And every thought that happens in your head, which of course are thousands of them a day that come to you, much more than that, they're just thoughts. You see? So what happens is that these thoughts are not given a chance for interpretation. So they remain thoughts. So you're free. So everything is fresh and new. Now that doesn't mean you don't get caught saying, oh, I don't think I like this or I like this. But even as you say it, you're aware of it. You see? There's that instant awareness. So you don't put a zipper on your mouth or on your consciousness. You don't put a zipper at all. You just remain as you are, but awareness is your saving grace.
So when you're aware, you don't react then?
No, not really. Not, and if you do get caught, then that's what is. And you become aware of it immediately. You see what I mean? So the point is not what happens or not happens. The reactions may last for a long time. Now, if you're not aware when a reaction happens, then it's going to repeat and repeat and repeat. Okay? Now, can you be aware and then judge yourself? No. No. If you judge yourself, you're not being aware. If you make it wrong, you're not being aware.
But is judging not judging is interpreting, correct?
It's interpreting.
But so if you become aware that you are doing or saying whatever, isn't that like a judgment?
Yes.
You said you're not supposed to, but awareness.
No. Did I ever say no? You're not supposed to? Because I don't use those words.
Oh, maybe not.
No. No, I'm saying that judgment is what holds you back. It's what creates suffering. But I would never say you're not supposed to judge, because if you judge,
I think
create.
I understand what you're asking.
What is?
Isn't being aware judging in a sense? I think that's what you're asking.
If you're aware, then in effect, are you not judging that you're aware?
No, because awareness has no opposite. So how can it be judgment? It is aware.
Is judgment only negative?
Judgment is always negative. Because judgment is an interpretation of what is. Now when I say negative, we're not calling it bad here.
Oh.
We're saying limitation. Okay? I have to be careful with words here, because the mind jumps in and says, oh, I shouldn't then. No, there's no such thing. There's no wrong or right. Okay? Nothing is really wrong.
Always separates.
Judging separates.
You from someone else.
That's right. This is better than this, which is a comparison, but it's still judgment. Judgment is always, separating. That's a perfect word. It's always separating.
What about when you pay a compliment to someone?
Hmm?
What about when you pay a compliment to someone? What would you say about that?
It depends upon the intention behind it. How pure are you? If you're paying a compliment because at the moment you're fresh, you're new, you're alive, and you're saying, "Oh my God, they're so beautiful in the moment. They're so lovely," and you say it, that's love. That's beautiful. If you say it as a motive or ulterior motive to gain something from them, so that they will like you, now that's entirely different proposition, right? So always comes from the motivation of newness, of freshness. A child, for example, does not compliment you or use any derogatory terms. The child is real, okay, because the child is new. So he says, "Oh, at the moment, I don't like you." And the next moment they might say, "I love you." You see? But at that moment they really mean it. But they're not, unless they become manipulating when they're 6, 7 years old, but I'm talking about when they're totally innocent. At that moment they're very real. You see? So they're totally saying like it is. So what happens with that innocence, they don't carry it. Now we carry it. If I say I don't like you, the next moment I'm not going to feel good about myself. You see? Because if it hurts you, immediately I find, it's a nicky feeling. So what I'm saying is that we're always carrying a form of judgment about ourselves whenever we do anything that is not pure. Again, we go back to this, being pure, real, and new in the moment. If you look at someone and you say, "Oh, it's the same person. I don't like them. They're always the same." Okay? Immediately, the moment you see them, you don't feel good. Why? And when you're with them, you're uncomfortable. Because you have brought the past into that person, which was not fair to that person. And secondly, it was not fair to you. Because now when you look at them, you're seeing the past. You're not seeing what is fresh and what is new in the moment. You see? And this is what happens also in relationships. The moment intimacy comes into being, there's usually a breakup. Yeah.
Isn't it always true, though, that whatever you see to judge in somebody else, you're actually seeing in yourself?
Oh, that's it. It's all one. Yeah.
So it's always a projection anyway.
It's a projection.
Anything that you don't
yes.
like. Anything.
Yes. When you're not seeing what is, you're not seeing what is in you. It's all the times the same. Yeah. So are we clear about what we mean by seeing what is? Okay? Seeing something as it actually is. For example, right now. What is right now? Physically, we're sitting down. Simple, isn't it? And then they say, all you have to do when you're enlightened is, when you walk, you walk. When you talk, you talk. When you sit, you sit. There's sitting. When you bicycle, you're bicycling. That's it. But what happens with people who are, quote, not awakened, is that when they're walking, they're thinking about something else instead of being here with the walk. You see? So therefore they're split. And that creates a separation between the body and the mind. The mind is living in the past, and the body is living now. And then they feel tired, they feel listless, they feel things are not working out because they created a separation within themselves. Okay? You only have this moment, and this moment is always new and always alive. If you carry the past in it, you are not living the true life. You are living in illusion. It's very quite obvious. You're not seeing what is. You're living in the past, which has already happened, which is history. Okay? That doesn't mean it hasn't happened. It means it isn't now. You see? So that's the reality. Now, if you catch yourself living in the past, then immediately you become aware. It says, oh, that's what is. I am caught in the past. Well, the moment you see that what is being caught in the past, are you still caught in the past? No.